I'm delighted to meet you, sir.
From New York.
Well, you couldn't have come to a better part of Ireland. It's a very ancient part of Ireland. It used to be called, it's still called Fingal. That's the old Irish name for it. But it's very historic. A great deal of important buildings around. Very interesting, attractive place. So, as I say, you're very welcome to Fingal.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
I thought you might like to say a few words about the beautiful house that found such a high.
Yes, it was light too. It was built in 1790. There was a very important family in Dublin at that time called the Beresfords. And one of the Beresfords was actually the collector of customs for Dublin City, which was a very good job back in those days. And in that capacity, he commissioned the famous architect Gandon to build the custom house down in Dublin. And at the same time, one of his sons was getting married to a girl from Abbyville or Abbyville in France. And they got the architect Beresford to design this house for the young couple. And it had been known, there was a house here before, an earlier house called Abbyville, but in her honour, because she came from Abbyville in France, they renamed the house Abbyville, so that's how it got its name today. But it's a very important Georgian house of that period.
The great pity of it is that so many of these old Georgian houses, which were, I suppose, on par with this one, have fallen into such decay and disrepair at this stage. It's certainly a great credit to yourself that this one is maintained in the present standard.
Well, the full credit doesn't actually belong to me. It really belongs to a man who's dead now. He was Percy Reynolds, you may remember that name.
Yes, of course.
He was chairman of CIE, the National Transport Company that it was at that time. And he commissioned a young and largely unknown architect called Michael Scott to refurbish the house. It was one of his first jobs, actually.
Mm-hmm.
And for Michael, of course, it was a labour of love because he loved Georgian architecture and old houses. And they totally refurbished the house, but they preserved the Georgian idiom perfectly throughout. They rebuilt it as the Georgians had built it. And it's therefore a bit unique in that regard because it's now one of the very few Georgian houses which is fully restored by modern technology and is guaranteed hopefully to last for another 300 or 400,000 years.
At least. And today's bungalows
So
are ruined.
that's just the history of it.
Indeed, a lovely story.
It's an important architectural a piece, and it's regarded as one of the finer Georgian houses.
I see. Would you mind very much, Mr. Hockey, if these two good people had a look inside? They'll turn out their pockets on the way out, I promise it.
Well, you vouch for them, you do.
I do.
You're very welcome.
I'll
I'd be delighted to show you around.
I appreciate that very much.
Okay, come along.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much. Well, this is the hall, and you can see it's very spacious. It's very typical Georgian, as I was telling you about. And I'm going to show you the ballroom here, which is probably the most important thing in the house. And this is mostly, again, perfect Georgian architecture. Well, here we are, as you can see, in the ballroom. It is regarded by the experts as one of the almost perfect Georgian rooms. The proportions of it are regarded as almost exactly the way a Georgian room should be. I put in that chandelier myself. It was made by Waterford Glass. I'm sure you've heard of our great Irish glass factory.
Oh, indeed, I have, Mr. Hockey.
Well, that's a very good sample of the work there. In fact, I don't think you'll find a better one anywhere. And here, these on the wall, you have these three paintings. They're by a very famous woman called Angelica Kaufmann. And she was an actress and an artist who lived in London about that time. She did visit Ireland and she did some work in Ireland. And she did these three drawings for these three panels here. They're regarded as fairly important examples of her work. This is a collection of medallions and that sort of thing that I accumulated over a lifetime. This is probably the most interesting one here is one where they were struck with for Devilera. It's his lifetime, date of birth and this, when he died. It's a very nice piece, very important historically. Yeah. And the rest of these, I collected or presented with them as the years went on. That's, as you can see there, that's one of Rome. And that's this set of coins. The East German number gave me those because remember the time the unification of Germany was coming around, and I was president of the Council of Europe at that time, and it had a lot to do with getting German unification through. And the East German government gave that little set of coins there to commemorate the event, and so on. They're all in recognition of some particular event or visit or something of that kind.
This is
this is wrong. This is the first. This is in use at present. This is the Irish pound. As you can see, there's a deer on it. Now, it was I who decided that we should have a deer on that. We had a lot of animals on our Irish college, horses and so on. And birds and all kinds of other, but we had no deer, so I decided when we're bringing out this new pound coin, the animal should be a deer, because Irish red deer are a very important part of our heritage. So the Central Bank, when they were doing it, they gave me this is the first one off. So I don't know whether it's worth the word of pound or not.
Thank you very much, Mr. Hardy. Appreciate that very much. On the honor showing it. Are you quite happy for interesting things around?
Here's another personality for you to meet, folks. Flashing Steel, he's one of Ireland's premier jump horses at the moment. You may have heard of the Cheltenham Gold Cup. It's going to be his someday.